I don't think it's
that's not gonna happen.
Wait, yeah, you can say you don't think that's gonna
Elysium.
happen? I think by the end of this conflict, Ukraine's gonna be in the EU.
No.
I think by the end of this conflict, Ukraine is not going to be Ukraine. What?
I mean,
Ukraine is not
no,
gonna be Ukraine.
I think here's the truth. Ukraine currently is in a difficult predicament because right now, it's only being helped in a certain way, right? And they do have a defensive advantage.
We're not muted
but
anymore.
At the same time, they don't have the overwhelming air superiority that Russia could drop onto them at any moment to stop the conflict ASAP, however they want to stop it. There's now peace talks that are slightly more reasonable, but at the same time, they're not reasonable because it's also capitulating a little bit to Russia. So a lot of things are becoming unreasonable because now Ukraine is feeling a lot more pressure right now. So than it was even 5 days ago. So the conflict has escalated further, and even fast tracking to NATO is still, I'm saying, taking 5 years would be considered fast tracking because it's already was estimated 2041, which is insane.
So, why I'm saying that they not are going to get into the EDU is just basically because of the fact that there is a lot of corruption going on. It wouldn't be make sense if they can join compared to fucking North Macedonia or even fucking Kosovo or whatever.
What do you mean that there's a lot of corruption? Because Ukraine is in essence way less corruption than a lot of Slavic countries.
If you look at on the corruption index. If you look at their institutions, that it's not really. They had one fair election, so they only had this is not a really sound democracy when it comes to
they've had more than one fair election. They've had more than one fair election. One national, so forth that were elected.
One national. So yeah, I understand, but they
it's progressed. Let me change that.
For
it's progressed.
The European. Yeah, it progressed, but for the European Union to let them join in that sense, and compared to all these other nations, it wouldn't make any sense.
Why not? You don't think the context of giving a defensive pact to a country that's being attacked by Russia, weighs a little bit on that?
It also imports their political
issues. Right, for the wrong reasons, unfortunately, and I don't mean his wrong reasons, but technically the NATO's wrong reasons.
Okay, but yeah, let's name. Welcome back. I hope you had a lovely break.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun.
What did you do? So welcome back. No, but
okay. I actually wanted. Did we address the fact? Gerhard, you said that the Winter War was caused by Finland attacking Russia.
I think he was referring to something before that, but that's why I wasn't either.
Tsar thing.
In the Tsar times. Okay, sorry. I thought we mentioned the 1939 when you were talking about the 1939 Winter War.
That happens later on as well because again, Finland, Russia, not the best friends. So
yeah, just because to my knowledge, in that case, it was Russia the aggressor. But yeah.
Well, they also got their land back, so it doesn't matter anyway. So, but my point is, Finland, Russia, not good reasoning, and Finland has more reasons to go for Russia, and they're not going to do that anyway. So.
And also, I want to bring up another point about the EU. One country can veto the rights of joining the EU. So if I didn't see the possibility of Ukraine ever joining the EU because of that. Because there are some countries that will be concerned with having Ukraine within the EU overall. If they don't let fucking North Macedonia join or Albania, then they wouldn't let Ukraine join. I don't see this fast tracking of a country like that into the EU, and that would also piss off fucking Turkey as well. So, but yeah, Elysium, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, there's some problems with it for sure. I don't know. Yeah. I think it still might happen.
Also, the fastest country to join it was 3 years. So there you go.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be in the interest of the EU. But yeah.
I know it doesn't matter. Look, I know it doesn't matter.
I just feel like their reasons are so ahistorical and so out of touch of reasons.
Yes, of course.
You just think it's gonna happen because you think it's gonna happen because it's a special circumstance.
Oh no, I don't. I don't think that.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Elysium.
No,
so
okay,
Elysium,
alright.
Elysium, go ahead.
okay, because they're giving talks about it, because they're giving some sway to the idea, and they're trying to find ways that you can support Ukraine, in a war.
What?
So-
They're
Wait,
being
hold on,
assholes
hold on,
towards
wait.
Ukraine. Okay, they're
Supporting
being
Ukraine,
political
supporting
assholes.
Ukraine in the war, does that mean that they're gonna get fast track membership into NATO and
Doesn't
the
necessarily
EU?
mean it. They're not getting to NATO. We're talking about the EU for that one for sure.
No, it
Even
doesn't,
then.
because like if you look at like 2016, we in the Netherlands
Mhm.
actually had like a referendum, which was about like the association agreement between Ukraine and the EU. The Dutch voted against that association agreement. What they didn't get is that the association agreement still held up within the EU law, so it still happened. But one concession was that Ukraine wouldn't join the EU. That was one concession that the EU made to the Netherlands. So I don't think Ukraine will join anytime soon, within like the next 40 or 50
You
years.
don't
So,
think
Okay,
the
this is just
context
it-
from
this is just no
2016 and
no no
now
no 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 no
changes?
no 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 no. The context can eat my fucking shit. Okay, 6 days ago, headline: EU united on Ukraine, but won't offer fast track membership.
yeah,
Okay.
they won't.
Okay.
Never.
Like this. Where did you get this idea from? Don't
From their
answer. Let's just
posturing. Yeah.
let's just move on. They're posturing. Their posturing could eat my fucking ass.
Everyone's
Fine.
posturing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Alright,
kind of went
alright, let's
downhill
move on
without
from
me.
this.
Holy shit.
This
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Sure. Okay, so we have covered like a lot of stuff. That being said, like the person that brought up this like the original topic, which is like about like entanglement internationally, was Elysium. So Elysium, do you have like another topic around this issue that you want to bring up before we call it?
Yes. Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
the major entanglement look in the future, we touched on it, but we haven't really gone into it all. Do we think there's going to be a between China and America over Taiwan? Do we think there's going to be a reaffirmation of a defensive pact with Taiwan instead of the move to strategic ambiguity that we did, removing our defensive pact, removing our actual alliance entanglement with them in like the 90s or 80s?
Okay, Chow, go ahead.
No, we would not want to make a defensive pact with Taiwan because that would completely go against strategic ambiguity. And the reason why we want strategic ambiguity is because we don't want to piss off China. And the reason why we don't want to piss off China is for a number of benefits that China has in a partnership with them and the United States. And so maintaining strategic ambiguity is the best of both worlds, in which we're able to allow Taiwan to exist, but we're also posturing ourselves in our language in like satisfying the Beijing government. When it comes to like a defensive pact in like the Pacific, that's kind of been like a debate in international relations as like a discipline, in that like, hey, there's NATO in the Atlantic, but what about the Pacific? What's up with that? Like, why isn't there a NATO-like organization against China that's being formed in the Pacific? That's been a question that's been giving a lot of liberals a lot of trouble, because they're all about that international organizations and all this, all that fun stuff, right? And one of the reasons why could be cultural, historical, but more modern day is that like, hey, Japan and like South Korea, which are U.S. allies, and that's who we really think about when we're thinking about how the United States is positioning themselves against China, is South Korea and Japan. They're not on good terms. In fact, they're on like really, really bad terms. And it is because of history, and it is because of culture. It is because of the terror disputes that they have against one another, and it also has to do with like Japan wrecking the entire Pacific, but back then during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And so then like this idea of collective defense in the Pacific is not as like probable as how it was in Europe. And when it comes to like China going against Taiwan, I don't think that's likely at all for reasons that I've said before. But what's going on in Ukraine, to me actually should tell China that, hey, don't mess with liberal hegemony, and don't try to invade another country in which the United States is involved with, because we're still providing Taiwan with weapons, we're still providing Taiwan with training in the same way that we did to Ukraine. And a huge difference is that like Taiwan may be a small island, but China has to go through an ocean. Not really an ocean, it's like a strait, really.
Yeah.
Which is going to make like their it's a considerable geographic barrier to any sort of military operation that China has to like. China's going to get hurt from this. It's going to get hurt economically. It's going to get hurt militarily. It's not going to be easy for them in the same way that it wasn't easy for Russia to take over Ukraine. And so then to me, like, if anything, what current events has done is made me more confident that China isn't going to do anything to Taiwan.
Okay, Elysium, go ahead. Is that a fair response?
So when you're talking, sure. So when you're talking about like the line of NATO being like clear and predictable, and that being a good value, but when we're on Taiwan, why would we want to risk strategic ambiguity and not be predictable anymore?
I already responded to that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're just saying you think the trade benefit right now is better.
Yes.
Yeah,
and for China, it's better. Also,
does that satisfy?
It's also
Elysium,
really good for China too. Yeah.
Yeah. Does that satisfy you, Elysium, or it doesn't?
Like, listen, okay. If the global superpower, the United States, is the one country that does not recognize Taiwan, okay, to China, that's good enough.
What do you mean? No one recognizes Taiwan. It's not just America.
Lithuania recognizes.
There are some.
Yeah,
there
Lithuania,
are some.
right?
Okay,
but they didn't even recognize Taiwan.
Okay, but Elysium, the point is that what's important isn't any other country that recognizes Taiwan. It's the United States, because it's the United States that's the big bad dog in the global system. And so that's all really China should care about when it comes to the recognition of Taiwan. So long as the United States doesn't recognize Taiwan, China has no reason as to do anything with Taiwan, even if Taiwan formally recognizes itself.
Well, I disagree with that. They've got to say they have no reason. I don't think lines up with.
Well, then again, Taiwan
China's
also has no reason. Also, Taiwan has no good reason to formally recognize itself as independent or as a country, because it's already a de facto country. Being a de jure country does nothing for them. It would be really stupid for them to be like, oh, for ideological reasons or for moral reasons, we should establish ourselves formal independence, and then end up with worse tensions with China, which is like right next to them. It's like, yeah, hey, here's the thing, okay? It's not going to be easy for China in the same way that it wasn't easy for Russia to take Ukraine. But at the end of the day, China's going to get damaged. But Ukraine is the victim, is the number one victim in all of this. And if China were to invade for Taiwan for whatever reason, Taiwan would be the ultimate victim. So then to them, hey, I believe that in some cases, the strong will do what they will, and the weak have to do what they must in order to survive.
Elysium?
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the point.
Economically, it doesn't make sense for them to invade Taiwan and take over.
The status quo is the best outcome, I believe.
Currently, yes, and it even shows now to China more that is the truth. Before, it was China was thinking, what if we go do this? Now they're seeing the repercussions of what can happen to them, right? So even if they do the same thing right now at the same time as Russia, the repercussions are that the cost to benefit ratio legitimately is not there for it. So they would be doing it for cultural or idealistic reasons only, but at a loss. And they are smart enough, not just as a country, but as a people, as even a dumb person would know, that it would not make financial sense to invade them at this point.
Why do you think Russia's invading Ukraine?
Because it makes sense to them for a lot of reasons.
Okay.
There's a difference between one making financial sense and one not, right? Because at first, Russia saw the financial benefit and the population benefit of taking additional people of its own sort into its population again, which made sense. It's not the same in that situation anymore because Taiwan is an electronic component country. It makes electronic components and makes a lot of money. It makes a ton of it. You damage any of that, you lose its value. So it does not make sense to do anything even close to what's happening in Ukraine to Taiwan. Like financially, just does not make sense. You'd literally be taking it over just for idealistic reasons of just we're reuniting China. That doesn't make sense. In Ukraine, there's a ton of things available in Ukraine, let alone the population. The fertile land is better there than it is in most of Russia. Like there are just countless reasons why it makes sense for Russia to go there. Whether you agree with them or I agree with them is different. We both probably don't agree with it, I would assume, right? But Taiwan, in this sense,
I don't think your economic argument for Russia invading Ukraine is I wouldn't agree it's as strong, because any benefit they're getting potentially in the very long term, they're losing with any of their connection with the rest of the global market.
Only temporarily.
I just think that overall that Russia also underestimated when it comes to SWIFT. They didn't see that move coming. Let's be fair, because they assumed that Germany would be against that. But change of power, when it comes to Merkel, right? Now we have Schulz. So Schulz is a different person when it comes to international politics. That being said, I think because otherwise we're gonna loop. I generally think that I don't know if you have a certain other topic that you still want to bring up, Elysium, and then we're gonna wrap it up probably.
I just wanted to say that I disagree with all of you except for Naaman because he didn't talk. In that what Russia really cares about over Ukraine is not economics but security.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that.
So, it's Elysium.
You guys are wrong.
Elysium, go ahead.
You're wrong.
I don't have anything.
You're wrong. Everybody's wrong here. I'm
You
wrong
were
too.
glad, therefore you're wrong.
Everybody's wrong. I'm wrong. Everybody. So Elysium, go ahead.
I don't have anything. I'm fine. That's the last topic I care about.
In that case, thank you all for coming here. Gerhard, was nice to have a guest on again. So thank you for coming, Gerhard. Please be sure to follow him. That being said, also these other people. So you got Elysium, you got JHR Live, you got Naaman. Follow those people as well. They are good people, and they are way more informed than the general public than all these other political streamers. Am I right, Name? Yes, I'm right. So I'm right on that one. So there you go. That being said, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm going to send off people to Jay Chow. So yeah, thank you again, guys, for coming and joining here. So I really appreciate it, and have fun with Chow. Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right,
Nice.
Gerhard,
Bye bye.
I saw you.
What?
I saw you on Chinchilla's panel last Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. You looked familiar. Though I wasn't sure.
Yeah. No, all Russians look the same. Don't worry.
No, go on.
Jeez.
Damn.
Yeah. It's fucked up. Okay.
No,
No.
Yeah, Chin, thanks for the rate of 5.
no problem. No
You're so
problem.
crit
Man.
as fucked.
Oh, what the fuck, man? I rated you. You should be more generous to me now. You should be nice. So yeah.
Yeah,
But,
Gerhard is Russian.
Thank you guys for joining. It was fun having you guys on. So and again, Gerhard, I appreciate for coming through, and even if we have these weird ass time zones, Arizona time zone. I don't know what the fuck that is. Flippity floppity.
It's an option in your cell phone, okay? Just
It's
Got 'em.
what's going with these time zones, the Arizona time zone. This is flippity floppity time zones. I feel like it changes every week or something. I don't know, but yeah.
Chinchilla, okay, I'm sorry that your country is small and can only use one time zone, and our country is big and strong and the global hegemon, and we need multiple time zones.
I'm just talking about
Yes.
Arizona.
That's not an
I'm
excuse.
just
China has one time zone, so
Yeah, kind of. Oof.
yeah.
Yeah,
Name is
but
actually
China's a
based
small
on this
country.
one.
Strong.
China's a
actually
small
based-
regional power, okay?
Yeah.
Small
Name was
regional
Small
Name
power.
was
regional
actually
power.
based on this one. He said that the whole world should just have one time zone. So there you go.
there
So
is
that's
one
it.
technically, actually.
So
So.
yeah.
Video games utilize it.
Okay. I
Alright,
will.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
I'm
bye
gonna
bye.
go as
Fun.
well. So
Thanks for the panel.
yeah, it was fun. Thank you.
Alicia, for you.
Yeah. What's
Did
up?
not try to dogpile you.
You're fine.
I did.
No.
I fucking hate
Yeah.
you, Elysium. I'm lying. I love you, okay?
Good one.
Well,
Good
there
one.
was at one point there was only like we were having so many points being like directed at Elysium. I was like, okay, we're gonna, because I think that at some point you cannot address everything unless like Elysium will go into like a 10-minute monologue, and that's not interesting.
True.
either.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
didn't though. You know. Okay.
Jay Chow
Yeah.
and me agree too much.
Well,
We
and
agree
the
too
funny part was that you guys agreed for different reasons. So it's like the conclusion, you agreed on the conclusion, but how you got there was like different. And at some point, you were like also mentioning like the culture, and
Mhm.
that brought up like because I actually agree with you there a lot. Like when it comes to the culture,
Alright, I'm actually
but you
gonna
can
peace
say
out.
in some shape or way that's like ideology-driven thing.
Healing.
So
I would say I'd like to think of things to a certain aspect of like a percentage. That's why nothing
Yeah.
is like absolutely wrong or right often.
Let's get
or very-
Bayesian. Okay.
Hmm?
Nothing. Never mind.
Well,
What?
No, what
What
was
did you-
that? No.
It's getting Bayesian analysis. Everything has to be percentages.
Well, it doesn't have to be, but I'm not trying to backtrack either. I'm just saying that I try to think of things in the sense of like I doubt you're absolutely ideologic, right? I
Mhm.
hate the when people do that shit where they're like it has to be absolute one way or another, because chances are they don't actually mean it either, right? They don't mean it because
Well,
you throw
and-
in one little wrench in there and they're like, "Oh, I don't mean that." It's like, well, then it's not absolute, you know. So
And chances are like things build off of each other, or fuck, I forgot the word. Never mind. Ignore me.
But I agree with that too. The people so often they like latch onto one model, one way of looking at the world, and they try to apply it like to everything.
Yeah, that's what the people do with like the meme of the casus belli, and that there are like still people around here on this political space that are like going like, well, they were Russian people in Ukraine, so therefore they have like a casus belli to invade. Like they, it's like people still do that, and it's like you're bringing up like one dumbass fucking reason. First of all, we don't work that anymore. We have like
We're
a different
modern.
system.
We're modern. We should not be thinking like this. We should
We're not playing
understand
Hearts of Iron 4, right?
Or are we?
Or Crusader Kings 2. That's not what we're doing here. So, but a lot of people still think like that, and it's like it's so frustrating when like fucking Americans on political panels like go like that. It's like,
or how they're saying to give them some of the land. Like that is the mind-boggling thing. It's
Yeah.
like, did you not realize that's already happened? Like, and that didn't work. So
yeah,
They're
you have like one dude. I think he's like a troll, but he's on the internet. Maybe that's interesting for him to watch later. You have this tech insider or something,
Tection?
and no. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about Techgen.
Yeah.
Techgen is all right. So if you look at like a tech insider, tech lead.
Wait, I gotta go.
He-
Oh, you guys, that's fun.
Yeah.
Alright, see ya.
See, tech lead. If you watch his videos, he's like fucking just saying that straight up. He should just give them land and that kind of stuff.
why
And
does technically sound
it's
familiar?
Ukraine's fault for having the war in the first.
Oh, this guy.
Dude,
okay, yeah.
Dude, the title of that Mearshmeyer Mearsheimer. The title of that Mearsheimer video did so much harm to the discourse around the Ukraine war and Russia's motivations.
It became
Yeah, sorry, but I'm just
you
bouncing off
were
of that. When you say like it's Ukraine's fault, I right away think about this fucking video.
Yeah, people looking it through the lens of the Mearsheimer, I think it's
Ukraine's
so.
fault that they're wearing such an attractive dress. You know, it's you know you can minimize it however you want. It doesn't make it right. You know, like that still kills me. And yeah, I know who you mean by tech lead now. Yeah, that guy's a scammer, horrible human being.
Yeah.
Who, I want to say who shouldn't exist, but I mean that in a non-violent way, though.
Name is still streaming, so by the way, but.
I
wasn't gonna say anything not TOS anyway.
Chilla, can you link me like the YouTube channel or something?
I just put it in
Discord.
It is blocked in France.
Twitch it.
No, I'm kidding.
Twitch it.
Wait, it's blocked in France, really?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking. Imagine you blocked.
Yeah, you gotta
This
use
video
it,
is blocked in
and
your
that brings up our sponsor of today. Just kidding.
No, unironically, I was like, I was pissed last week. No, 2 weeks ago. I wanted to analyze like a speech of Lavrov's, and it's like, oh, the video's on Russia Today, so I can't watch it. I had to have someone someone from the US download it and re-upload it to me on Discord so I could watch it on stream.
I'm honestly I don't care that they got banned. Honestly, I think Russia Today is such.
Oh yeah, it's a horrible fucking media.
It used to be nice to watch Russia Today because some of the propaganda was more accurate for like American media. So it was nice to watch for that reason, but obviously now it's just garbage anyway. It was already not great, but you know, it was
If you look at Russia Today, their way of doing news around Russia and America, they're both sides. They're just
it's still available in China.
doing that.
So.
They're always doing both sides are wrong. America was wrong in this case, so Russia can be wrong in that case, which is logic that doesn't make any sense, right?
It would be called Fox News alternative.
They are doing it, so we can do it. So Fox News is pretty alright when it comes to their news, but their opinion.
No, it's not.
Their news.
News,
it's their opinion pieces. They are quite factual in the news, but not the opinion pieces where they blow off.
Look, here's the thing I hate about American media on Fox, CNN, both sides of it. The thing that I hate is regardless of who the president is, the other side attacks the president on stupid shit, right? So it's like, oh, look at how he's wearing this tie. They both do it. Oh, look at how he's walking. Oh, he didn't say hello to that specific person. It's like, they both do that shit. I just find it so annoying. It's childish. It's a waste of time. It's... Grow up.
What do you mean?
What games?
Oh, sorry.
Name. I did have a question for you. What games do you play? I found out recently that I play a game Tekajin does accidentally. So.
Oh yeah, Tekajin plays all sorts of those boring strategy games. Sorry.
No, we actually ran into each other. I've already killed him long ago, many times. So.
Okay.
Accidentally.
Hey, what?
Hey,
oh shit,
Jim. Welcome.
Yes. Hey, I'm listening, yo.
Okay. What I've been playing right now, I've gotten addicted again to Valorant. I'm like, Valorant is my. You know how some people, play League of Legends and they hate themselves for it. That's me with Valorant.
Yeah,
we all do that. Me boring. What the fuck?
Okay, this is the real debate. Let Tekajin speak.
Okay, no, and also I'm playing Elden Ring right now.
You and everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much like you and everybody, dude.
Yeah, you can't. I'm guessing you're not. Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
but no, Tekajin apparently. I've killed Tekajin many times.
Hey, shut up! I probably killed you many times too.
Probably not.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, if you think a tank is worth the same amount as a soldier with a bazooka,
we're not talking about the same amount. I'm just talking about the fact that I killed you and you killed me. I'm just a tanker, okay?
I
I don't go
probably
like,
have the
look at
better
me. I
CD.
go in with my gun. I just sit in my tank. Just go
We
hide.
play Heroes in General, like 1,000 people played that game. No joke. So
Yeah, it's literally 1,000 people on the entire globe.
What
yes.
game are you guys talking about?
Heroes in
Heroes and
General.
Generals. Yeah.
Heroes and
Let me put it
Generals.
this
Okay.
way: you so didn't understand that it just flew past your head. You're like Heroes in Generals. That just sounds like some generic name of a video game.
True. Almost sounds like we're talking about politics right now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing political stuff right now.
Were you
know?
at least in the
So-
political tab this time or no?
Yeah. This time I was. I again, yeah. For the Sunday show, it doesn't make any sense to do this. So yeah.
He doesn't
this
think
show,
we're
it's
worth
the-
it. He just considers us to be lowly
No,
peasants.
you get people in that want to talk politics. Those people will be disappointed when we are not fully on the political train. So it makes sense to not do
I
that.
mean, I could try to do a 16-hour political stream if I really want to, and see if
we can talk about the Pole's Tick. You remember the TV show, the cartoon show, The Tick? You remember that?
yeah.
It was fucking amazing back in the day.
Which one are you talking about? There's more than one show, and then also there's the live action ones now.
No. What was it called? Fox Kids or something like that? Like
Well,
The Tick?
yes, I know what you're talking about. There's two cartoons.
No,
of
I'm
the Tick.
talking about the cartoon, like the actual The Tick.
Yes, there's two cartoon series of the Tick.
What the fuck? Dude,
And
stop.
then
Stop.
you're talking about the original old one.
Yeah, I'm talking about the
Okay.
original old one. With the
yeah,
blue guy
so
and the bunny.
I just want to say something like name.
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh, I got some feedback. I remember that only within the politics section there were suddenly all these Russian streamers that had like 1 or 2K like viewers and that kind of shit.
Mhm.
I think Twitch actually, because they had like a policy update about like misinformation. I think that's directly related to that because it didn't make sense. At one point, you have like 100 viewers within like the politics section, and then suddenly we had like 20 Russian streamers with like with a massive amount of views. I think Twitch took action against that basically.
I don't know if it's the misinformation policy or just the sanctions. The fact that Twitch is no longer paying out money to Russian streamers.
Yeah.
I think that's a much
really?
bigger blow to those people than just the because the thing with the misinformation, it implies that one, there's active Twitch moderation, and two, that the active Twitch moderation speaks Russian and goes into those channels and like pays attention to what they're saying.
But to be fair, like before that, we didn't have like all these rules, and I think that it was like very obviously that at some point suddenly all these Russian people came into the politics section, and it didn't make any sense. So I think it's kind of related. But that being said, yeah, they are not getting paid just like PayPal, that kind of shit, you know?
Yeah, it's just like they don't need to moderate them if they're not making money off of streaming to 1,000 people. Yeah, like I think most of them are just gonna bail, and that's what we've seen happen. Also, to be fair, like I remember quite a few of those at least Russian-speaking channels weren't necessarily like pro-Russian. I know that there were quite a few streamers from streamed directly from Ukraine that were really popular in the politics section in the first week.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also have the Russians who are probably going to be silenced by the Kremlin instead, accidentally, because they're too trolly and they're too young to understand what they're doing. There's a Hearts of Iron 4 guy named Grisha who keeps saying things that are going to be like, dude, you're getting closer and closer to saying that something that like Kremlin's not going to like. Like, you're getting that close.
You guys probably or you might not. You guys know No Fuckers, like that dude. That is like a Russian dude as well. I think he doesn't have that long watch time. He needs to move because he doesn't earn money with YouTube anymore, and he's always like criticizing like Kremlin shit and stuff. And he still lives in Russia, so I think for him it's time to move.
Yeah, I'm
Not
surprised a lot of people aren't talking about the Russian lady because I already know, like, people think like she's gonna be fine or something. It's like, no, Russia just can kill her at any time. They don't have to kill her when she's gonna make a political note or something. They can just wait until it dies down. People forget about her. Kill her like 4 years down the road. It's fine. You know, like Russia's very patient with a lot of those things. A lot of people don't get it. So like, even the people who are getting abducted, they're not like being executed the next day. You know,
no,
like
Oh,
they want to have those people like be irrelevant before they kill them off, right?
yeah.
That's the idea.
I
basically,
think they're
yeah.
also pretty pragmatic. Like if someone's just a rando who's like being really visible at protests, the Kremlin isn't threatened by them. They don't need to like go full on execution on them. Now, if they become like an actual political opponent that has sway on that has actual power in Russia, then things change. Yeah, then we've seen them do political assassinations, but they aren't going to risk they aren't going to like damage their reputation further doing like offing random civilians just because they disagree. I think, or I hope at least.
They will, but not in like a normal sense. They will wait patiently in different ways. They will check up on them in essence. You know, they'll see what they're up to, and if they still think that they're a threat, they can accidentally cause deaths all over. You know, so it's easy for them.
Just ask
Another
the
reason
Wagner Group.
I don't know if they're necessarily going to go full on like purging civilians is my understanding of Putin's of like how Putin manages internal politics is that he really likes controlled opposition. That he I forgot the name of of the person who worked for him who took care of that, but he like has money going into neo-Nazi groups, money going into pro-democracy groups, just like by having like a finger in every pie, he can like keep control of what's going on. So he doesn't necessarily want to just purge anyone who disagrees with him. He just wants to keep control, or at least that seemed until now to be the strategy. Maybe the strategy is going to change, but
Do you think he has a finger in the cream pie?
yes.
True. See, this is what you get when you have like just chatting people on your political podcast. So this is just kidding, just messing with you, man.
This is why I beat you at Heroes and Generals. You're worried about the wrong topic.
No fucking way, dude.
Worry
When's
about
the,
the
when's the
bazooka
last
shooting.
time Soviet Union won in that game?
Dude, when they did win, they won every single time. You remember that?
Sure,
You remember?
sure, man, sure.
Those
I
were the
think it's-
days. Now it's US usually. So
I
To
think
be
it's-
honest, yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating that people don't want to play on the Soviet side just because of this whole. Russia
no,
thing.
no, it's
it's
always been a
not-
problem.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
always been a
always been-
problem, but it's
okay.
just worse now. It's just like adding to the shit pile, basically. But I'll give you one thing though. I don't know why, but I've been listening to the specific Soviet Union song, like the Victory Day, right?
Okay.
There's this guy who apparently does all these clips for it, like with accurate, and not accurate, like called like with montage and stuff like that, right? And they're pretty nice. But the Soviet, I mean, the Victory Day song is pretty good, right? It's like this. I don't know why. I've just been listening to it. It's
Plenty,
like really.
plenty of Soviet stuff sounds good. Now, whether it sounds good or not, I don't know how important.
Yeah,
that is.
that's like the whole thing. So I've been like actually thinking like, maybe I want to level my Dmitry Blyat character or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But then again, when I think about it, it's like, yeah, no, this is the reason I don't want to switch to another faction because first of all, I don't have a good character on the other faction. I refuse to pay money in a dying game. Right? This game is dead. This game is dead in the water. It's basically a life support. And all we just need right now is like, Granddad, this is the future now. I'm gonna unpull the plug and I'm gonna plug in my Switch to charge it. Okay? We good, Granddad? We okay? That's kind of like the situation it's in right now.
All right, speaking of which, have fun with your boomer games, guys. I'm peacing out.
I'm gonna go as well, but I just want to say,
Bye-bye.
Dame, I will link you the video.
Yeah,
of
please
the
do.
Guy.
Can you link it in my Twitch chat if you don't mind?
Yeah, I will. I
Okay.
will do that.
Cool,
But
thanks.
You
gonna
see,
go as well,
you see
so-
what I have to deal with these guys. Like you see what I have to deal with.
Yeah.
Go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, you scared them
Bye-bye.
off with Heroes in general. So
All right. Well, they were talking about some video game with I don't know, some video game with like World War II or combat. I don't even know if it's a strategy game or like an FPS or whatever. Okay, so I'm playing the Victory Day song that he mentioned now. Товарищ Москва. Den Pobedi ranks among the most popular in the large corpus of Russian songs devoted to the Second World War. Hello world. Hey Andrew. You should have told him about Tarkovsky. At what point? I don't think Tarkovsky, like, I don't think anything cinematographic was brought up. Okay, I really need to go pee, okay? I actually really need to go pee. I've been holding it in for the panel and stuff. And, yeah. So I need a short, like, 2-minute break. I'll be right back. Russian video and Chinese bloggers. It's Japanese! Those are Japanese characters. Right? I think. Yeah, it's Japanese. It's Azin. Okay. Cool video. Oh, this guy! Oh my fucking god! This guy! Ah, no! No! He has an opinion on the Ukraine war! Oh no! This guy is actually like one of the worst fucking people on YouTube. Like, literally one of the worst fucking human beings on YouTube. I don't know if he's autistic or not. He's just like a shitty person. He's like the most quintessential computer science moron, yeah. Oh god. Did you watch Markiplier's Smash or Pass yet? What are you talking about? God.
I stand with Russia. Am I allowed to say that out here, or is somebody going to cancel me if I express some political view that is...
Millionaire, by the way, ex-Google tech lead, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, if you've never watched this guy's videos are all like him being like, yeah, I'll teach you how to be a millionaire. I'm an ex-Google tech lead. He's like the fucking Omega STEM Lord. Jesus Christ. At least it's only 9 minutes long, so.
Contrary to the public narrative. You know, war is propaganda. Propaganda is the most important weapon out there, so it depends which side have you been brainwashed to believe, or are we all going to just simply assume that Russia's the bad guy, right? That's the popular narrative.
Also, who the fuck... What's with all the RGB keyboards turned on in the background? Why, like, I understand you're a keyboard enthusiast. He's, like, cool. But why are they all hooked up? Why are they all lighting up? It's actually a pretty cool decoration, but this is the exact kind of guy who would be into mechanical keyboards, yeah.
Around here. And so this is what doesn't quite sit well with me, which is that most people out here have absolutely no clue what Russia and Ukraine are even fighting about, right? You've got Ukraine crying, and have you ever been in an argument with somebody who's crying? You can't win because people are just saying, oh, look, that person's crying. Why are you so mean? Why do you have to be a bully? That person's crying. As if simply by having somebody crying for help, that they're automatically...
Okay, it took me like 30 seconds to understand what the fuck he's talking about, because every time he was saying crying, I thought he said Ukraine. Like, when that person's Ukraine, you can't win the argument. I'm like, what? What? What are you saying? Okay. Ukraine? Yeah, Ukraine? Ukraine? Don't be jealous, Mr. Only One RGB strip. I am jealous. Like, my keyboard isn't even... Dude, my keyboard isn't even real RGB. It's just basic bitch lights. This guy is obviously the superior content creator. Clear to Coom. Yeah.
Be the victim. Now, maybe, yes, Ukraine may be the victim, but let's take a look at what happened. I put out this tweet here where I said Ukraine may deserve to fail because they banned men ages 18 to 60 from leaving the country for suspending their bank withdrawals to try to protect their own currency from a bank run and from collapsing. And I believe that in many ways, the blood is now on the hands of the
Does this guy not understand what a draft is? Does he not understand what happens when your country gets invaded? Like, I understand. I wouldn't want to get drafted either. I wouldn't want to go to war. I wouldn't want to die or kill other people. But you
Ukrainian government because people want to leave. They're trying to get out of the entire region, and Ukraine is saying, you sit here and you fight for me. You try to save me. They're trying to get out, escape, and just seek a better future for themselves, a better life, and yet their own government is trapping them. They're escaping from their own government as much as from the Russian government. And you know,
no! They're escaping from the invasion! They're not escaping from the Ukrainian government, they're escaping from the invasion! No Ukrainian refugee is there like, oh yeah, I'm running away from my oppressive Ukrainian regime. What the fuck?
Lincoln here said that those who deny freedom for others deserve it not for themselves. Quick pause. This video is brought to you by myself, DeFiPro.dev. This is a new online course and
of course he's shilling some crypto. Oh no, we got the mechanical keyboards, we got the crypto shill. Look, usually when I watch someone's video, I leave the ads on out of principle, as like from one content creator to another. Big Jordan B. Peterson fan too, by the way, not surprising. People say he's just a troll, could be.
And so when I started looking into this, what percentage of Ukrainians actually want to join Russia? Well, most don't really seem to care, right? Some are pro-Russia, some are pro-Western. Most people just...
True, you know, when something happens, some people are pro, some people are against, so it just doesn't matter, right? If some people are pro, some people are against, it just doesn't matter. That's a really good point, man.
Want a better life, and they're not necessarily going to...
Oh yeah, and of course the Donetsk autonomous region flag as the profile pic. Yes, a very unbiased answer. He skipped the first answer, by the way. Yeah.
to let their own political beliefs get in the way of a better life for them. They just want a nice life. And so if a company in Russia were to offer them maybe double the income, double the salary, well, then they would migrate over to Russia. And if their life is better in Ukraine...
Oh yeah, I mean the economy in Russia is booming right now. I would love to get to one of those juicy Russian jobs they're invading Ukraine to give the Ukrainians. Wow, yeah, that's I get my political views from Quora as well, by the way. Pretty sure that person he was quoted on Quora said they worked at a Russian intelligence agency too. Wait, did they? They had the flag. Oh no. I didn't even... Oh no. What are we watching, man? After he does a whole speech about propaganda at the start.
Better life, and they're not necessarily going to let their own political beliefs get in the way of a better life for them. They just want a nice life. And so if a company in Russia were to offer them maybe double the income, double the salary, well, then they would migrate over to Russia. And if their life is better in Ukraine, maybe they'll stay there. And then there's some hardcore nationalists on either side who are going to just stay in the country and fight to their death for it. But most people aren't necessarily going to be like that. And so when you're out...
Check the comments he skipped over.
Dev, check it out. And so when
Ukrainians do not want to join the Russian Federation. According to a December 2016 survey of both Ukrainians and Russians, around 3% of Ukrainians wanted to join the Russian Federation, down from about 24% in 2009. Nearly 50% of Ukrainians wanted closed borders with Russia, compared to fewer than 20% of them before the 2014 attack. Specifically, by 2014 attack, what they mean is the annexation of Crimea.
And I started looking into this. What percentage of Ukrainians actually want to join Russia? Well, most don't really seem to care, right? Some are pro-Russia, some are pro-Western. Most people just want a better life, and they're not necessarily going to let their own political beliefs get in the way of a better life for them. They just...
Dude, I'm gonna make all my political statements like this now. You know, are Nazis bad? Well, you know, some people are pro-Nazis, some people are against Nazis. So, you know, doesn't really matter, right? It's kind of a mixed bag.
A nice life. And so if a company in Russia were to offer them maybe double the income, double the salary, well, then they would migrate over to Russia. And if their life is better in Ukraine, maybe they'll stay there. And then there's some hardcore nationalists on either side who are going to just stay in the country and fight to their death for it. But most people aren't necessarily going to be like that. And so when you're out there virtue signaling, saying that I'm wrong, that I'm a terrible person, and that Ukrainian people must fight for their independence, and yet you're sitting there, you yourself, you're not willing to fight physically. You rather live a better life, right? That's where...
Okay, first off, if you have no military training and you're thinking, if you have no military training and you're thinking of supporting Ukraine, the last thing you should be doing is traveling to Ukraine to join the Foreign Legion. Don't do it. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. If you really, really want to support them, you can... If you live in Eastern Europe, you can volunteer to help refugees. If you don't live nearby, just give money, dude. Your Western money is going to be worth so much more in Polish zlotys, in Ukrainian... I'm sorry, I forgot their like currency, like... Just send money to a trustworthy organization. I don't think the people going over to join the Foreign Legion were that smart to begin with. It depends. I mean, there are some like ex-military people who actually know what they're going into. But yes, a lot of the people that we're seeing returning now, or like articles written about their regrets, they're obviously people who... I know when I read articles about people going to the Foreign Legion who didn't sign up at the embassy. They thought they could show up in a war-torn country and just, oh, hey, I want to join. Go to a fucking embassy and sign up. Like, there's a process for that, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit. This video is triggering me. And This is so fucking stupid. There's an entire difference. Another point that he's completely missing there. There is such a big difference between fucking being. I should stop swearing for the YouTube video. There's such a big difference between defending your own country and supporting people in the defense of their own country, as that's one thing. Volunteering to go help defend a foreign country is a completely whole other thing. You cannot equivocate the two. Well, that's the purpose of the video, to trigger people, so he succeeded. Yeah.
Worth more than independence of Ukraine for you. So if you really care, why don't you put on some boots and go over to Ukraine, pick up a gun, and fight for Ukrainian governments? Let's take a look here. Twitter says it will consider censoring.
This guy uses every logical fallacy in the toolbox. Yeah.
War. So cancel culture is now coming in censoring emerging narratives about the Ukrainian war. So cancel culture. Twitter says it will consider censoring emerging.
This guy's uses from zerohedge.com. Tyler Durden is my favorite journalist, by the way. One of my mom's friends who works in the medical field is now in Ukraine in a supermarket converted into a hospital. That's poggers. By Tyler Durden. And Tyler Durden is writes like 90% of the articles on Zero Hedge. For anyone unfamiliar with Zero Hedge, it's this like weirdo fringe media site that's like alt-right adjacent, presenting itself as like an alternative news site. It's all about like crypto. It's like shitting on fiat currency. It buys into a bunch of like different conspiracy theories. Oh yeah, so this friend is doing so much in a minute compared to the dude you're watching. The dude I'm watching is pro-Russian, so at least he's consistent about his bullshit. I guess he's not volunteering to fight for Russia, which you can also do.
Narratives about the Ukrainian war. So cancel culture is now coming into play, where we're going to try to shape the narratives here. Propaganda at play. Instagram as
why call it cancel culture? Just call it censorship. There is already a term for it. Calling it cancel culture is just virtue signaling to the culture war dipshits out there. It doesn't fucking matter. It's censorship. And yes, it's censorship. Russia Today is censored. A bunch of other news sources are censored. Well, I've said already, I forgot who said that quote. The first casualty in time of war is truth. But the censorship is not necessarily at the service of truth either. But we can go back and forth. I'm not necessarily a fan of censorship either, but it is what it is. Ukraine is being cancelled, by the way, by a real war. I think that's more important. True, yeah. And by the way, Ukraine is being cancelled by an actual war.
Well, Facebook has also joined in. YouTube will also probably start playing a role here, where we're going to just start censoring information about this war so that we can shape the narratives around here. Facebook has already started restricting the official accounts of 4 Russian media outlets. Meanwhile, over on Instagram, there's a lot of influencers, such as myself, who are capitalizing on the war. You've got people posting fake imagery from video games, even pretending that these scenes are from Ukraine in order to capture eyeballs and gain more followers on Instagram. One Instagrammer says, "What I'm trying to do is get as many followers as possible by using my platform and skills. The accounts are what are becoming known as war pages on Instagram, with shocking battleground footage and videos depicting violence."
Were you watching this guy? He did a video on Ukraine, Dragopie. He did a fucking video on Ukraine called "Why I Stand with Russia." Also, honestly, I have to grant him this. This is something, there are 2 videos, Jesus Christ. This is something maybe I even like gonna agree with. I do think there's worth in all of the media channels, like publicizing all information there is about the war, etc. But the whole like war footage, war porn aspect of it is something that makes me deeply uncomfortable. This is why I've already asked before on I've already asked before on stream. If you link me tweets, if you link me stuff, I don't want war footage. I don't want to look at a tank blowing up. I don't want to look at a plane being shot down. That doesn't inform me on how the war is going. That doesn't inform me on why what's happening, on what should happen, etc., etc. Now we have done some like viewing of war footage. We viewed the live stream of the Zaporizhzhia power plant, for example, being attacked. But we did it, I'm sorry to say, for informational purposes. When we were watching it, we were uncovering what was happening live. We were covering it live. I felt more like a maybe it's pretentious of me to say it this way. I felt more like a journalist covering live events than someone engaging in like war porn, basically. We weren't focusing on like zooming in on the tracers of fire. We were looking up articles about what was going on, looking up the IAEA statements, and just having the footage in the background to see how the fire in the power plant was going. I don't know. Yeah, this is something that has made me extremely uncomfortable in chat, and I understand that. Like, obviously, like JB Pratt, your Streams chat is like your domain and whatever. But like in my Twitch chat, it's something I don't really want to see. I don't mind if people share it between each other. If people want that, there's plenty of subreddits for it. You can indulge in that wherever in plenty of places. But yeah, it's not my thing shtick either. He did more than one. He has like 3 videos. He apologized in one of his latest videos. Really? I'm confused. We watched a video of war footage just yesterday, lol. Which one was it? I'm just confused. What is considered war porn? Oh, I guess we watched the video that was analyzing war footage, right? Are you talking about that? Yeah, so for me, watching this video was different. For me personally, you can disagree if you want to. For me, watching this video was different because we were watching it for the analysis. We weren't watching it for the clips of like, what was it? Yeah, he was like showing off a tank being shot at. We were watching it for the analysis of what was going, of someone who's actually a military professional, of what's going on in Ukraine. And he uses those clips to analyze, to get a better idea of what's going on. But I would have been just as interested in the video if those clips weren't there. He just uses them for he just uses them to support like an analysis. It's not breaking news footage, right? Well, it's not breaking news footage either. But that I don't know if it's. In the end of the day, the thing that bothers me, I think this guy is legitimate. Okay, my understanding is this guy's legitimate here because he's doing an actual analysis. He has an actual expertise on the matter. If I start trolling like Twitter, like my Twitter feed for combat footage, I'm not a military professional. I don't give any interesting information. If I start trolling my Twitter feed for combat footage, I'm adding nothing to the conversation except indulging in your like Schadenfreude for like war footage. That's kind of more what I was trying to say, and why I feel like this video is different. If you disagree, feel free to tell me why. I won't take it badly, but yeah, that's my justification. It's also the issue with current events. We cannot fully cover it. Like at some point on the Lip Praxis podcast, we were talking about the Beijing Olympics meme, and I kind of cut that off because it's useless to talk about it if we don't know. Oh yeah. The comment footage in that video is also like 5% of the total video. Yeah, it's just there to support some arguments. Yeah. His analysis was that the Russians are learning. Yes, human beings can learn from their mistakes.
With no context at all, and then trying to monetize the followers by posting advertisements, sometimes for OnlyFans creators. And the same with YouTube as well. Officials in the US
all this just to say,
are now discussing
I
restrictions
feel uncomfortable like doing full-on war footage
on platforms like YouTube. So what can we believe out here? And undoubtedly, there's going to be a narrative, a bias against Russia because, hey, historically we fought against Russia in the World War.
For me personally, the army versus army clips I don't gain anything from, but clips from a civilian perspective can give me something, I think. Yeah, I agree. As well. Well, because we're civilians. Well, a clip showing what happens with civilians is definitely something we can understand. If you want to do some real journalism, can you figure out if the Task and Purpose YouTube is related to the Task and Purpose website? I don't know what you're talking about. Soap is saying it is. Task and Purpose is a website with a bunch of different departments, I guess you'd call it, and Chris Cappy runs the YouTube department. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Anyways, back to the video.
War II, that was the West versus Russia, the Cold War. But did you know that Ukraine also supported Hitler? Like, there's this thread of neo-Nazism within Ukraine, and so Putin's claim is that he's trying to denazify
Ukraine supported Hitler.
Now, whether this is true or not is something people are still debating. It may be political propaganda as well here, but what are people really trying to fight for?
It may be political propaganda here. And, you know, people are debating it. It's kind of like earlier. People are debating it. There's disagreements on both sides. So, you know, doesn't matter. That's what we learned earlier. It doesn't matter. If there are both sides to something, then we cannot ascertain what the truth is. It doesn't exist anymore. Arcturix, that's a $300 jacket, Pog. Task and Purpose is the channel name of that soldier guy. Oh, okay. RIP. Task and Purpose. Oh, yeah. Okay. My bad. We all knew it would get back to Hitler. Well, in the history of Ukraine, there is a bit of truth to that. Read about Stepan Bandera. Yes. No, I'm not denying that. Of course, there's truth to there being like Nazi sympathies in Ukraine historically. It's just by the same argument. By the same argument, like France collaborated with Nazi Germany to a much larger extent than most European countries. Like, but that doesn't make present day France like that doesn't mean that France supports Hitler. It's just his phrasing. His phrasing here is really disingenuous. Like,
Putin's claim is that he's trying to denazify Russia, the Cold War. But did you know that Ukraine also supported Hitler? Like,
did you know that Ukraine supported Hitler? When we're talking about 2022 invasion of Ukraine, it's a very, very loaded way of presenting it. So I'm maybe being a bit reactionary, but I'm pushing back. I wouldn't even say it's true. It's like saying, of course, the U.S. supported Hitler because Henry Ford. Well, that's why I'm talking about France as well. Like, France actually capitulated and created a collaborative government with Nazi Germany. France is the worst fucking. France is the worst fucking example for this. We would totally have taken the Germans over the Reds, and we weren't alone in this. Yes, that's something I've mentioned several times as well on stream. For a lot of people in Eastern Europe, especially if you weren't Jewish or Romani or homosexual, and honestly, it's not like the USSR didn't commit their own crimes in those regards. And I could be in pain. And thanks for the follow, Idaho. Like spitting my lungs out. Yes, in Eastern Europe, a lot of people preferred the German army to the Red Army. We've discussed the different reasons for that as well. Yeah, there isn't a single seat in the parliament occupied by that neo-Nazi party in Ukraine. Yeah.
This thread of neo-Nazism within Ukraine, and so Putin's claim is that he's trying to denazify Ukraine. Now, whether this is true or not is something people are still debating. It may be political propaganda as well here, but what are people really trying to fight for here? Now, it's very difficult to understand this, especially as an American myself. I don't even know where these countries are, but my understanding is that Putin had always viewed Russia and Ukraine as a single country. He would like to unify these countries into a single whole because fundamentally he believes Ukraine to be an illegitimate government originally belonging as a part of Russia back in the 1900s. Not to mention, he doesn't want NATO coming into the mix. Like, Ukraine was trying to join NATO, and the idea is that if you attack a single NATO country, then you attack all of them. And
have you seen the vid above? He's worse than Tech Lead. I guess we're going down the cringe rabbit hole. I'll check it out after Idaho. By the way, Azov is like 2,000 people, an army that's 200k big. Yeah, I saw Destiny bring that point up to Haz. Putin wants to denazify the Jewish president. Yeah, to be fair, I do that argument too if I get into like some Twitter argument with someone who's pro-Russian or whatever. To be fair, you can actually be like a horrible xenophobic person and also be Jewish. Fucking Zemmour in France is Jewish, and he's like a horrible far right politician. But yeah.
Back in the 1900s. Not to mention, he doesn't want NATO coming into the mix. Like, Ukraine was trying to join NATO, and the idea is that if you attack a single NATO country, then you attack all of them. And Russia kept saying, just be a neutral country, stop trying to join NATO. And
so this is also completely misrepresenting the geopolitics around Ukraine. Ukraine was not a neutral country. Ukraine was a pro-Russian country. Then the Maidan coup happened. And a pro-Western government got put in place. That pro-Western government did not have aspirations of joining NATO. It had aspirations of joining the European Union. And it's only once Russia violated the sovereignty of that nation through the operation in Crimea that then Ukraine was favorable to NATO, because NATO was going to be the only thing stopping further aggression from Russia. The crux of the neutral in terms of military alliance, though, well, yeah. And yes, neutrality isn't on the table anymore because they cannot trust Russia. Yeah, I wonder about that. The latest articles I read about the ongoing negotiations with Russia, did you see that statement from Ukraine saying that they don't want to join NATO anymore? I feel like that statement is basically a signal to Russia of like, this is a concession we're willing to make. Now, please, let's actually put realistic conditions on the table for the negotiation table. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I saw that, Andrew. The topless women in Ukraine. It's a feminist group in France called Femen who like to protest with topless with their boobs out. And the reason why they're protesting for Ukraine is that originally the Femen was an organization founded by Ukrainian immigrants in France. The women who founded it are Ukrainian. It's originally a Ukrainian organization. That's why even though it's mostly a feminist organization, they also feel strongly about the Ukraine war. Also, I'm pretty sure it would be TOS on Twitch to watch that video, Andrew.
Ukraine kept trying to join them, so Russia said,
"Oh, actually, it's body painting. If it's body painting, I can show it, right? It's a bit iffy. Anyways,
they didn't want
it's blurred.
Enemy on his doorsteps. And so Putin's fear is, let's imagine Ukraine is a NATO member and starts these military operations. In Putin's eyes, the West promised back in 1990 that NATO would not expand an inch to the east, but they did so anyways. And as I understand,
they don't have
Putin
pasties on. No, their nipples are out.
Ideological in his approach, in which it seems like he's trying to protect Russian culture, peoples, and values, even those people within Ukraine. And so parts of Ukraine, especially.
Oh God, the West didn't promise that. The US did. True. That is true. All right. Good night, Damdanet. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Also, oh my God, he's like pretending he's doing both sides, and then he just chills the most hardline pro-Russian narrative of the like of the like Russian people in eastern Ukraine and all that stuff.
Those on the eastern side have actually wanted to belong into Russia and they support Russia, like the territory of Crimea, voluntarily escaped from Ukraine and separated, becoming a part of Russia, annexed in 2014. And there's these other territories on the eastern side that also are trying to do the same thing. And so as Putin states, Ukraine is not just a neighboring country for us, it is an inalienable part of our...
Now, also, just to nuance this a bit, at the end of the day, there is a kernel of truth to it. The Crimean population has, ever since the fall, before the fall of the USSR, wanted to be an autonomous region, closer to the USSR. Then post fall of the USSR, they want to be autonomous. So like there was a legitimate separatist sentiment in Crimea. I haven't found like before the faked referendum in 2014. I mean, that being said, I have yet to do the same research about the Donbas region. I'm not sure if that one's as legit as the Crimean one. And in any case, that doesn't justify annexation. Like annexation is a huge breach of sovereignty. Also Donetsk and Lugansk. Yeah, I said Donbas region. Like that kind of encompasses both of them. But I don't know. I haven't looked into the polls of the like 90s and early 2000s and referendums in those regions to see if it's the same as in Crimea. But Western region is really anti-Russian. Yeah. Ask all the Russian people in Kharkiv if their Russian culture and heritage is being preserved right now. Yeah.
Own history, culture, and spiritual space. Since time immemorial, the people living in the southwest of what has historically been Russian land have called themselves Russians. What we now call Ukraine, he says, was entirely created by Russia. It is intolerable to Putin because the Ukrainian government seeks to legitimate itself by creating conflict with Russia, both oppressing its native Russian speakers and menacing Russia's borders. And so in his view, the collapse of the Soviet Union was a major political disaster.
Ukraine was a really big threat to Russian borders. I think we can all agree that Ukraine was planning to invade Russia, march up to Moscow, and decapitate the Kremlin government, replaced with a pro-Ukrainian government, in order to prevent Russia from joining NATO. I think that was Ukraine's plan, and obviously Russia acted in self-defense there.
With tens of millions of their citizens now outside of Russian territory. So
Ukraine was seeking revenge for Hitler's loss. Oh god. Now this guy's just running through the simpleton playbook about justification. Yeah, literally just going point by point the Russian talking points.
That's their view, but what's going on with Ukraine? Well, Putin has called for Ukraine to just surrender. Nobody has to die, right? No one has to die at all, just surrender. That's it. No blood needs
just
to be
surrender,
shed.
forehead.
Nobody has to die. You know, as they say, an argument requires two sides in order to start an argument. However, Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, has forced its own citizens to fight, right? They say,
yeah, you know, this guy is so fucking big brain. This is the solution to peace in the world. Whenever one country invades another country, just surrender. Just surrender every time there's any kind of conflict, and no one will ever die again. How fucking big brain. What a smart guy. This is the most brilliant political analysis I've ever heard.
That any man aged 18 to 60 cannot leave the country. You have to stay and fight. Why? Because the number one target is Zelensky himself. So we
already covered this. This guy doesn't understand what a draft is.
Protect himself. If he were to just give himself up, maybe they could stop the conflict. You know, Zelensky, and by the way, I don't know who any of these people are, but he seems to be some...
How do we know that the West is telling the truth? We don't. In fact, we can generally assume, if all you're consuming is Western media, you can generally assume that you've consumed a large amount of propaganda. That's just common sense.
Comedian actor. He was in entertainment as a prior career, and he's very good at propaganda. Like, he's using all of these words about evil, tyranny, oppression. He says here, we are all here, our soldiers are here defending our independence. Whereas most people, I don't even know if people care about their own independence. They just want a good life. Many people want to escape the country, right? And he's not letting them leave. He says, you stay here, you fight for your independence. People don't want to fight for that. They just want to go out and have a better life. And so here's how I see it. I believe there's actually three sides to this war. You've got the Russians, you've got the Ukrainians, and then you've got the people of Ukraine who are actually suffering on the ground. And if you want to support...
Okay, so I like how this implies that Russians and Ukrainians aren't people. just logically.
Ukraine, then you support Ukraine's right to just militarize its own people, to force them to fight, to conscript them into a draft, to take away their freedoms, and to force people to be doing something they don't even really want to do. If you support Russia, then well, fine, you support Russia. But I would rather support the people of Ukraine, their liberties, for them to just live a better life. So which side is that? I support...
This is why I am neutral. Both sides are lying. I don't want to be mean, but that's kind of a dumb point of view too. Just because there's propaganda and lies on both sides doesn't mean that you cannot see. That doesn't mean that you cannot reason or ascertain specific wrongs or rights. Especially, like, American history has done much worse over the years. Yes, you can be against what Russia is doing and still be against what the US has done. Those are not incoherent positions. Just because you hate what the US has done doesn't mean that you have to suddenly support a brutal dictator invading and violating the sovereignty of a neighboring nation. The fact that people think being anti-American means you have to be pro-Putin is mind-boggling to me. Please don't succumb to that. We can all be smarter than that. Have you seen the videos of how they brought those fake-ass mayors in the cities they captured? Also, they tried to do fake-ass gatherings to suggest that people were liberated from the Nazis. And all the mayors Russia have brought into Ukrainian cities are women, and they started giving interviews like how now the people will have access to Russian media, so now they will have access to the real information. I have not seen that, no. I saw that they replaced the mayor in Melitopol, I think, and then there was an exchange of Russian prisoners of war for the original mayor. Are you unaware about this guy? Or I knew this guy. I just didn't know he was gonna have a fucking political opinion on the Ukraine war. I thought he was limited to bullshit like business and crypto stuff. I want to protect the liberties of Ukrainians. They should just surrender to Russia. Yeah. I understand the propaganda stuff, but the both sides science is such a dumb argument. The church claimed the earth was the center of the universe. Science disagreed. And this guy would be like, since the church and science disagrees, the earth is probably kind of the center of the universe. Yeah, exactly. Bridge burning time, baby. What bridge am I burning, Decoy? What would America do if Mexico joined a military alliance with Russia? Playing devil's advocate, I suspect they go into Mexico. No. But also, Ukraine wasn't going to join a military alliance with Russia. You're like skewing the timetable. The guy you watching on his podcast? No? Oh, you think this is Jay Chou live? No, this is not Jay Chou. This is not Chou, dude. Oh no! I'll need to tell that to Chou. Oh shit. Anyways, to respond to your point. No. See, like an actual equivalent would be, say Mexico wants to enter a trade agreement with like China and Russia. In response to joining a trade agreement, wanting to join a trade agreement, the US formats a separatist movement in Mexico and then annexes a part of Mexico, and then formats another separatist movement in another region, in order to keep Mexico unstable and unable of committing to any agreements. That's what happened to Ukraine. The wanting to join the military alliance happened after its sovereignty was violated in Crimea. You know this isn't Chou because he hasn't said Russia is just a small regional power anyway. Good one.
support the people of Ukraine to have a peaceful life. I don't support the idea of forcing them to fight, to die for their own countries when they don't even want to fight themselves. They just want to leave. And so I think we just need to be aware of the propaganda that is truly at play here. Ukraine's President Zelensky would like you to believe that there's only two options. You either surrender or you fight Russia. What about leaving? Can we just leave this whole thing? Can we just leave the country? No, you can't leave. Why not? Because he's got money, maybe money and power tied up within the Ukrainian government, and he's trying to throw his own citizens as sheep to slaughter in order to save himself.
And we finished on the Hunter Biden.
Perhaps the real narrative.
Let's go.
Between two dictators clinging on to power.
Close it off with the Hunter Biden reference. Nice. Biden has money in Ukraine. Let's go.
Below. I'll see you there. If you like the video, give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.
And then, so sorry I was wrong. Ukraine, Russia. Or he's like an inside joke of the coding community, intentionally doing 180 on every topic, like trashing crypto for a while, then selling NFTs and making his own currency. I see. I just find it strange how NATO is basically surrounding Russia. Ukraine is a massive red line. It's not a massive red line, but yes, NATO was an anti-USSR alliance. There's no denying that. NATO was literally an anti-USSR alliance. But until the tensions mounted in the past few years because of what Russia did in Ukraine, NATO was not an anti-Russian organization. There is no way in hell that NATO bases are a threat to Russian sovereignty and self-determination. And now NATO is an anti-Russian alliance because of what Russia did. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. But I don't look at the situation now and think like, oh wow, NATO's fucked up. I think like, wow, Russia created their own enemy. I don't know how you can say that. Russia's afraid of missiles. Why? Why would Russia be afraid of missiles? First off, no NATO country past Germany has nukes. Okay? Germany had nukes already in the Cold War, and NATO never put any nukes any farther in closer to Russia. Secondly, the NATO bases, they aren't gonna be able, they aren't gonna bomb Russia. If they bomb Russia, Russia bombs the US back. We're literally in a mutually assured destruction scenario. It doesn't actually matter. What is this? She's a bot. New mayor installed by Putin in Ukraine's Melitopol city after kidnapping old mayor.
Уважаемые жители города Мелитополя и Мелитопольского района, сейчас нашей основной задачей является подстроить все механизмы под новую действительность, для того, чтобы как можно быстрее начать жить по-новому. Несмотря на все наши усилия, в городе есть еще люди, которые пытаются дестабилизировать ситуацию, которые призывают вас к экстремистским действиям. Я вас прошу, пожалуйста, будьте благоразумны, не поддавайтесь на эти провокации. Обращаюсь к депутатам, народным избранникам всех уровней. Уважаемые депутаты, нас избирали люди, и наша с вами задача в первую очередь заботиться об их благосостоянии. С этой целью сейчас прорабатывается вопрос создания комитета народных избранников. Именно этот комитет будет заниматься всеми административными вопросами на территории Мелитополя и Мелитопольского района.
Okay. Hey Tagax, how are you doing? What the fuck is this? Reddit's first reaction to Ukraine?
Hey, there's a war happening. We gotta do something. There are wars and genocides happening all around the world almost every single day. So even though your heart seems to be in the right place, you have— It's white people this time!
Oh fuck. Yeah, the security concern from Russia's perspective is such a weird justification of a war that's totally unjust. It's not a good, it's not a good justification, Idaho. The West, the but they weren't anti-Russian until Russia started fucking around with Ukraine. It doesn't justify the invasion, but it's still a major concern that merits redress. Even that's arguable. The fact that the Kremlin is concerned by NATO expansion is true, but that doesn't mean it's justified. And at this point, that ship has sailed. Russia has shown itself to be a bad actor that disrespects its neighbors' sovereignty. How are you going to convince countries that they shouldn't be in a defensive alliance that protects them from Russia? That you could have made that argument 10 years ago, but now that ship has sailed, and it's for no one's fault except Russia's. I've had a friend make the implication that we only care about it because they're white, and I really hate that. Yeah, I dislike that too. I dislike that not because there isn't truth to it. It's definitely a part of it, but I dislike it because there's also a complete misunderstanding that's of the proximity effect. And the proximity effect is just not like it's not like a race thing. It's literally all Europeans, and especially Eastern Europeans, feel really fucking concerned by it because it's happening right next to them. Also sounds like virtue signaling. Maybe a little bit. To me, it sounds mostly like an American reading of the situation that doesn't understand, like, necessarily the European sentiment around it. Not to mention, just because the Kremlin is concerned does not mean that their concern is justified or a reality. Well, that's my point. The Kremlin is concerned, but that doesn't make it like a reality. And that still means maybe there could have been steps taken to assuage, to placate the Kremlin's concerns. Maybe. But at this point, once again, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. What's going on in Sudan? What's going on in Syria? What's going on in Libya, Myanmar, Burkina Faso? Yeah, I know, and but that's why I'm talking about the proximity effect. I'm not saying it's it's not just a race thing. The proximity effect is very real and goes past like racial characteristics. Oh yeah, that's the video you want. Sorry, that's the video you want me to watch, Idaho. All right, we can check it out. There's also the thing about World War III and stuff. Wait, what are you talking about? Did I miss a message? Never mind. Look, there are some people on Twitch, and it is a race thing, so for some it is actually. Wait, what are you saying, Chinchilla? Yeah, I wonder why our media would cover Putin giving threats to NATO more than Burkina Faso. Really makes me think. There's a reason for why more people are talking about this war rather than others. Yeah. Well, this thumbnail isn't totally biased and dishonest at all. We shall see.
I think it is a damn shame that black men and women are upset at black people for withholding aid and support to the Ukrainians because they're practicing racism against African people. They are withholding our brothers and sisters from getting on the buses.
Wait, what did you just say?
I think it is a damn shame that black men and women are upset at black people for withholding aid and support to the Ukrainians because they're practicing racism against African people. They are withholding our brothers and sisters from getting on the buses. They are withholding our brothers and sisters from getting on the trains. They are forcing black mothers with infants to get off the damn evacuation route.
So I don't know how exactly true it is, but there were stories. There were stories of what he's describing. There were stories in the first week of people of color being turned back at in the refugee lines in favor of white people.
Forcing black mothers and infants to get off the evacuation route. The Ukrainian government hasn't done one thing about it. The Ukrainian government hasn't done one thing about the...
I don't know if it's still ongoing. I don't know how prevalent it actually is. Also, even if the black people were Ukrainian citizens, allegedly, yeah. I'm gonna say something a bit harsh. I could masturbate. Hey, thanks for the raids, Verb. And like breathing, like spitting my lungs out. I'm gonna say something that's maybe a bit harsh. I don't know how many black people there are in Ukraine. It's horrible that this has happened. But I don't even know if we can have enough data to know if it's prevalent or not. I'm gonna say something harsh. I'm gonna masturbate. Europeans care about European war. What the fuck? Yeah.
Racism against...
No, but the racism thing is true as well. Okay, like both things are true. We saw those headlines. We saw that Twitter feed of the headlines where the people were like, those refugees aren't like the other refugees. They look like they look like middle class people. They look normal. Like, come on. There's obviously racism involved in this as well. And I don't want to sound like I'm denying that. I'm just saying that there's also a proximity effect. The reason why I'm saying that, like recently I've talked with people in Poland who have been actually involved. I've talked with people in Poland who've been actually involved with the refugee crisis, with helping refugees cross the border or with aid, etc. Those are the kinds of people who also went out to help when there was the Syrian refugee crisis. Those aren't the kind of people who are sitting around jerking themselves off to white supremacy. Those are the kinds of people who care about humanitarian causes. Those aren't the kinds of people who pick and choose their humanitarian causes. At least, obviously, it's anecdotal. I only have like a limited reach to see like what kinds of people are in those areas. But that is with the impression that I was given. There are a lot of people from African countries and India and Ukraine to study medicine. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Washington Post did a video about this. Okay. This was debunked. They were stopping males from crossing the border because of the order given that all males from 18 to 60 years old stay and fight. And this is all bullshit because it shows because from Asian, white, and black arguing at the border to get across. And when they had to wait, they started to argue. It depends on what video you watch. Some videos show a better side than the others. This is the issue with social media. The algo will only show me... Okay. Let's see the Washington Post thing. Let's just fact check this real quick. Oh, how coverage of Ukrainian refugees is different from other conflicts. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to see. I want to see, like, is it true about the people of color being withheld at the border or not? Because now you're saying this, it was debunked. Ukraine refugees, people of color withheld. So March 1st, Time article. They call Ukraine home, blah, blah, blah. For Grace Cass, Ukraine was home. From the Democratic Republic of Congo. She knew parks and fountains. She learned Russian and some Ukrainian. She made close friends. In other words, she belonged. She fled Ukraine overnight on February 27th. She says, joining the heaving crowds desperately trying to board trains for safety. She says she encountered hostility from the Ukrainian military, who are dividing into people into two groups, those who are white and those who are not. Fatima Ezara shows a message to Time using Google Translate at the Medica border. The security is beating foreigners now. My brother is in the hospital. I think this is pretty... I think this is pretty... like, how to put it? Clear. The Time is usually a pretty good publication as far as journalism goes. We can agree that this did happen then. It did happen. So I don't know why you're saying it got debunked.
Blacks in the Ukraine, many of them are Ukrainian citizens. Many of them are Ukrainian citizens, and the white racist Ukrainians are forcing black mothers with infants to get off the bus and off the train in deference to the Ukrainian, and you got Negro.
It can also be true that A, it did happen, and B, it isn't some systemic widespread thing. Those two can be true, Soap. That being said, the fact that the witness report from it was Grace Cass explained how the Ukrainian military was involved in dividing people into two groups points to more of a systemic problem. I say it could be just one group of the military, etc., but once once those kinds of things get organized, it points towards more of a systemic problem. I'm more edging towards that side of the perspective on this issue from reading this.
And you got Negroes. And you got Negroes telling black people, we got to forgive and forget. Don't harden your heart against the Ukrainians because they're being attacked. I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
It is pretty ironic, though, while we're talking about this, that we saw like a bunch of African countries make shows of solidarity with Ukraine. But then there's this guy being like, we should withhold all aid from Ukraine. Poland is fucking racist, let's be fair. They accepted Ukrainian people during Crimea. At the same time, they didn't accept Syrian refugees. Yes, the Polish government is hella racist. Absolutely. But what I was talking about earlier was the... because earlier we were talking about the whole like treatment of refugees thing. Like... I know that the same kind of people who are going with NGOs, who are going out of their own money to help refugees being pushed across the border by Belarus, for example, when Poland was violating international law and not letting them be handled properly, those people will also be the same people who will be helping Ukrainians. Could it be the fact that Ukraine is just trying to get the Ukrainian people out and not worrying about people from other countries? Yes, I know that could also be a shitstorm. Should those other countries not be pulling their people out ASAP? In a refugee situation, you should just be it's like you can find a pseudo non-racist justification for it then, but I don't think it really works. At that point, you're like trying to bend really hard to justify it. What? NPR, privacy, blah, blah, blah. Sure, where do I accept? Oh, text-only version. The fuck? Usually I can go to the text-only website. Usually you can go to the text-only version of an article. Is it a video, Dragopie? Is it something that's not text-only? Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this. Private window. Agree. International students are facing challenges as they try to evacuate Ukraine. Nigerian students in Ukraine wait at the platform at the Lviv railway station on Sunday. Many students of color said they face discrimination at the Polish border. It's called uBlock? No, it's not. It's not about uBlock. I have uBlock anyways. It's in Ukraine's interest to treat foreigners better, actually. Yeah, there's an argument for that too, yeah. Anyways.
I beg your pardon. So the Ukrainian life is worth more than an African life. A Ukrainian life is worth more than a black baby's life. A Ukrainian's life is worth more than a black infant's life. A Ukrainian's life is worth more than an African immigrant's life. You have lost your damn mind. You Negroes are sick. And what makes it so hypocritical, you Negroes telling us to bleed for Ukraine while they mistreating our African brothers and sisters.
No one's telling you to bleed for Ukraine, Jesus. You get to choose if you join the Foreign Legion or not. Yeah, no one's you're not being drafted, dude. This guy is an unironic black supremacist who believes a ton of absolutely ridiculous wild shit, such as Kobe Bryant being assassinated instead of dying in an accident. I wouldn't really believe much of what he says. Interesting.
You Negroes telling us to bleed for Ukraine while they mistreating our African brothers and sisters. Let me ask you a question. How much support do you give to our brothers and sisters in Ethiopia? They're going through a crisis right now. There's hunger, there's homelessness, there's starvation in Ethiopia. How many of you Ukrainian-loving Negroes got that same energy for our Ethiopian brothers and sisters?
Jesus, he makes it sound like a slur. He makes it sound like a. He makes it sound like a slur to be like pro-Ukraine. I mean, he's not wrong though. No, he's not wrong. There are other problems going on in the world as well. Absolutely. He is using that word as a slur, yeah.
Same energy for our Ethiopian brothers and sisters. Let's go to Sudan. Let's go to Sudan. What about our Sudanese brothers and sisters? They dealing with a crisis right now. How many of you
Okay, I looked him up. He's sort of crazy.
Negroes got the same energy for our Sudanic brothers and sisters, our Sudanese brothers and sisters? Let's keep on going. Didn't the United States bomb Somalia? Didn't the United States just bomb Somalia? Didn't the United States just bomb Somalia? So if United States just bombed Somalia...
He's gonna repeat it a fourth time. Is he gonna say the fifth time? Bets are open.
Why I don't see you Negroes running around talking about we need to send aid and support to Somalia? So let me get this right. You got black people sending money, raising money for the Ukraine, but you ain't did a damn thing for Ethiopia. You ain't did a damn thing for Sudan.
Was Somalia just bombed? No, Somalia... Dude, Somalia's in a shitty situation. Somalia's basically caught up in a civil war with a government in exile. A seceding, successful government called Somaliland. The rest of the country is led by warlords and tribal warfare. And so there was a point at which the U.S. had some like anti-terror intervention operation there, where they were bombing shit. The international community officially supports the government in exile. They don't recognize the government of Somaliland, which is kind of ironic, considering the government of Somaliland is the only government that actually has a successful like country in Somalia, whereas the government in exile can't even show their faces in their own country. I'll go to sleep. Take care, chat. Good night, everyone. Have a good rest of the stream. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Andrew. See you. Are you talking about Black Hawk Down operation? Yes, Black Hawk Down is a story of the intervention in Somalia, if I recall correctly. He was trying to start up a school for black children and needed $300K in construction work and blamed black people for not working pro bono for the school. Jesus Christ. Look, we all know about issues in many countries in Africa, hence why we have many charities that raise money to send aid, and we also have open border doctors, we know. We send hundreds of millions of dollars to help and build wells. Foreign countries are funding terrorism in Somalia. I mean, there are terrorism issues in North Africa in general. Ever since ISIS or Daesh, I prefer calling them Daesh. Ever since Daesh rose to power in the Middle East, they're having issues with Boko Haram spreading in North Africa. Somaliland is completely safe, I believe. My understanding is that Somaliland is safe as well. That Somaliland is a completely functional and successful government, like a successful African nation, in that no one recognizes, which is really sad. I understand his anger, but he boils the whole conflict down to we're sympathizing with Ukraine because white people. That's just cringe, and he should know better. Yeah, I agree. The thing is, everything he's saying until now is true, and like understandable. Yeah, I agree.
Thing for Somalia. You ain't did a damn thing for Haiti. When them Haitian Africans was at the border, some of y'all helped. Some of y'all helped, but we didn't see the outcry that we see right now. When our Haitian brothers and sisters was at the Mexican border, some of y'all helped, but we didn't see most of y'all being up in arms for the African Haitians at the border like you are for the Ukrainians. Look at you damn hypocrites. Look at you damn multicultural integrationists loving anything that ain't black. Look at you Negropeans. Look at you damn Negropeans.
Okay, now it's getting really bad. This is something that's really shocked me with the whole Haas debacle. I don't understand how. I do understand. It saddens me terribly to see how people who are supposedly like left leaning or like or like progressive is the right term. I don't understand how people who are progressive can justify being like just outright regurgitating alt-right supremacist talking points. Wait, is Haas left-leaning? Technically, Haas identifies as a communist, as a Marxist-Leninist. In practice, he's so far down the horseshoe theory that he has more in common with some like insane alt-righters than most lefties at this point. Yeah, the Haas is not even progressive. He like shits on progressive politics. Oh no, you were talking about this guy. He's not even he's not even progressive. He's a misogynist, and his only politics are black people over white people. Okay. I think that statement is right, though. A part of why the Western world cares about Ukraine is white people. I agree. Yeah, I agree. A part of it is purely racially motivated. A part of it, not all of it. I genuinely think the most a huge part of it is just the proximity effect at this point. I unironically thought Haas was more right than left. He's not. Officially he's not. But in horseshoe theory, man. As I said, the more you go left, the more you are right. Well, it's a circle. It's the circle of life, yeah. Yeah, so Hassan unironically defended the blood and soil argument, which is advocating for ethnostate light version. Yeah. Can you explain proximity effect? So the proximity effect, if I recall correctly, there's an actual sociological study about it, but I might be wrong on that. It's been a long time since I read like actual publication about it. The concept of proximity effect is that there is a measurable effect on how much people care about something, depending on how far it is. So literally, like the Ukrainians could all be people of color, and wait, what happened? Okay, there we go. The Ukrainians could all be people of color. Oh, I don't know why I opened Paint. I don't know. The Ukrainians could all be people of color, but white Europeans would still care more about Ukrainians than like Yemeni people, because Ukraine is part of Europe. It's closer. It's in proximity to the rest of Europe.
If Harriet Tubman was here, she would have shot most of you. If Harriet Tubman was here, she would have shot most of you. If Nat Turner was
what
here,
the fuck?
she would have put half you niggas.
Wait, is Harriet Tubman who I think she is? An American abolitionist and political activist. Yeah. She would have shot people of color for supporting Ukraine? What the fuck?
Rose to sleep. You got all this energy for white people. You got all this energy for white people. You got all this energy for white people, but you ain't got the same energy for Africans who've been going through what the Ukrainians are going through for decades. They've been going through what the Ukrainians been going through for decades. Let's go to the Congo. Let's go to the Congo. Rest in peace to Patrice Emery Lumumba, the first democratically elected prime minister of the Congo. Let's go to the Congo. The Congo has been in crisis. The Congo has been in crisis for at least 20 years. Where that money at for the Congo?
The name, is this guy blaming Ukraine for things Poland does? I don't think we're at that level of nuance, no. And like, what sucks is he does have like a genuine good point. It sucks that we only care when that thing happens close to us or when that thing happens to white people. That does suck. That's not a good thing. I don't, when I say that when I'm talking about the proximity effect, I'm not like trying to justify it. I'm not trying to minimize the negative aspect of this, or to be fatalistic, like, oh, it just is how it is. We can't do anything about it. We could do better. We should do better. But yeah. What is this guy's solution? That we go in and try to stop all the civil wars happening in Africa? No, this guy's solution apparently is to shoot people of color supporting Ukraine. That's what he was talking about like a minute ago. Where's my lighter? I want to light up some incense. Fuck, I took my lighter down to the mountains. Now I can't find it anymore. No, it is some. Look, I have some dank incense. Like I've told you guys already. I grew up in the Buddhist family. We burn a lot of incense. When you're a Buddhist, you burn a lot of incense. Look at this. I got some sandalwood, lotus, and cedarwood incense. I got some vanilla incense as well. Dank incest, yes, good one. There you go. I found a lighter. Incest? Did I join Destiny's stream again? Yes. You have a cousin named Sandalwood? Anyways, I'm sorry. I can't do this whole video. I can't. Back to the tech lead guy. Oh god. No, we're boobas. That's what we're doing. We're doing boobas. Oh, there isn't a video for it? Oh, come on. You could have done the video. I wanted to show the boobas. Oh. I thought they were going to be blurred out. My bad. Whoops. I was hoping they would blur them out for the video so I could show it, but okay. Let's avoid that one. You know what? Let's play some Elden Ring. Okay, you know what? Just go Google the video by yourself. There's some those women have some very nice boobas. Okay, that's all I can say. Fuck it, it's time for Elden Ring. Or you know what? You know what time it could be? It could be time for Valorant. All I can see is content. Oh no. One day what, Sosop? Oh no. I fucking hate this guy, man. Oh, the article. Buy Bitcoin now. Urgent. Buy Bitcoin now. Urgent, sell crypto now. Like 4 days later. What a beautiful, what a great content creator, man. Oh, we saw this. We saw this, I think. Oh no, this is different than okay, what the fuck? Oh shit. Now this is gaming. Steal a tank that has... Wait. Can I lower the volume? Oh god, it's loud. The fuck? Way too dank, yeah. Oh, I need to bring this into the anger. Drift! Oh no, never mind. Hey! Oh, there's the... Oh, shit. Crap. There you go. Ah! The controls. They're horrible. Goddamn Valorant changed, yeah. Vodka. It's still a bit too loud? Okay, I'll try to fix it. Hey, volume mixer. Firefox. Put it on 5. It's the perfect value. Look at dodge. Ow, fuck. Hey, there's a bottle of vodka here. Let me grab it. Ooh. Fuck. Never mind. I'm dying. Where do I... Can I get more HP in this game? I don't think I can. Name has gained so many tax benefits from Zelensky at this point. Yeah, I'm getting so many tax credits. Fuck. Oh no, I need to run home. Oh. Hey, I still have a home. Snow pain. You should say Bliat every time you bump into something, yeah. True. Yeah, you have to make one tank shoot another tank. Oh! Can we try to do that? That was the quick meme. This is not a quick meme. We're speed running to 100 points now. We're gamers. Who needs to play Elden Ring when you've got this? Drift. Oh shit, don't shoot me. Can I fuck up this tank? Never mind. Oh my god, it hit me. How do I gain HP? I gained HP at some point earlier. In the previous run. Oh. They run out of the gas if you wait long enough. Oh, I see. That's how it works. So realistic, yes. How did I get another heart earlier? I need to figure that out. This is really important for our speedrun strats. Okay, this game isn't that good, by the way. Fuck! That hit me. Yeah, Name, you said you wouldn't share war stuff on stream. This is too realistic. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Oh, there's a bunch of tanks here. Oh, you can get that hard by ramming other tanks with a stolen tank. Oh, I see. That explains a lot. Fuck. That makes more sense. Maybe when you lose your tractor, you can enter the other ones, yeah. Oh, apparently Dragify just said you can ram other tanks. Oh yeah, destroy other tanks by ramming them with a stolen tank to get a free life. Shit. How do I ram it, though? Fuck. I probably need to pick up, like, the vodka bottle to ram it, don't I? Ah, it hit me! Shit. Let me try. That did not work. Never mind. Okay. We're done. We're done. Thank you for the link. That was interesting. You might like this game. It's pretty good. The Final Station. Oh yeah, it's on my wish list. It's actually on my wish list on Steam, if I recall correctly. I've been wanting to play it for a while. You just devastated the breadbasket of Europe. True. Should have been nice and blue. What a nice tractor. Yeah, the final station looks fun. I'll get it at some point. But hey, there is. I think the meme is that it's a John Deere tractor. Okay, I don't know much about tractors. Okay, I'm sorry. There is only one thing that we can do now, and I'm gonna play one game of Valorant. Valorass. Yes.
Since Ditto is ours for the moment, let's have some fun.
Yo, Magic Turtle, holy shit.
Anti-affiliate bribe.
Holy shit, thank you so much for the bribe. Only one cap. Pog Euler. Thank you so much for the bribe, Magic Turtle. Look, it's just one game, okay? You can bear with me. We can still chat. We can still talk. We can still enjoy each other's company on this stream. As I wind down, get ready to sleep. Just one. It's always just one. One, yep. Yeah. I never get stuck playing multiple games. God, I need to continue Elden Ring. I'll continue Elden Ring tomorrow, okay? Thoughts on Gerhardt? Yeah, I was a good panelist. I enjoyed having him talking with him.
Match found.
I didn't agree with like that thing at the end about the nukes in Russia or whatever, but that doesn't matter. Like, he's a good panelist. Yo. Relevant meme. That moment when the Ukrainian farmers realize it's easier to get a technician to fix their brand new tank than it is to get a technician to fix the John Deere tractor they used to tactically acquire their new tank. Still costs more gas to drive a tank around, though.
You have good taste, my friend.
He wants to invade Russia, by the way. We didn't get there, but he's pro boots on the ground. That's fucking insane to me. I guess that's where he was leading up to when he was talking about I guess I lost my mind when they said Russia wasn't a superpower. There's no like real good definition of what a superpower means, but Russia definitely is a power. Anyways, yeah. He doesn't believe in mutual destruction. He thinks that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I guess he was leading up, but when he was pushing back against the idea of mutual destruction, he was leading up to the concept of then it would be okay to just outright invade Russia. That's insane to me. That's absolutely fucking insane to me. Yeah, John Deere is infamous for fucking over farmers with their firmware. They are one of the reasons people got behind that right to repair movement. Oh yeah, I remember reading about that. Yeah, I remember something about the right to repair movement having to do with farmers. Now that you say it. Jesus. Take the wheel.
Match found.
Jesus, take the wheel. Maybe I should have played Valorant earlier. I could have had my my new e-girl. Sorry. I'm sorry if you're listening. I'm joking, okay? This guy insta-locked? Oh my fucking god. Lame. Yeah, I'm still planning to have a one-on-one with him on that. E-girl, are you talking about Tina? No, I just yesterday when I played Valorant, I guess I made a friend. Or for like a couple games. And I'm just memeing. Haven. Who do I play on Haven? No, this guy wants to play Sage. I can play something else then. Alright. Guess I'll have to play something else. We don't have... Oh, we do have flashes with Yoru. Do we have enough flashes, though? Is another question.
Wherever they run, I will find them.
Is Gertz just a random gamer, Chinchilla, or does he have direct military political science experience? I don't know. But I guess you're asking Chinchilla anyways. Okay, what's my buy on pistol round? I really like the owl drone on attack. Wait, am I lagging? No. Okay. His parents fled Russia with him when he grew up in different countries and ended up in the US. His father was a gun manufacturer. That's why I thought it was good to bring him on. Okay, I need to talk to my team. Hello, what are we doing?
Oh no.
Enemy A. Reloading.
Alright, let me drone.
Take flight.
One's close.
Scanning ahead. Reloading. There they are.
There you go. It's just those left. Molly does off in short. We cannot help. Sage, watch out. Nice. Nice. Plant.
One enemy remaining.
Plant open.
Spike down A.
If you have heal, Sage, I'm under heaven. I need it.
For you.
Thank you. Fuck me. What? No one's watching! Fake, fake.
Reloading. That is a good look for you. I have survived more than they have ever seen.
I think it's dangerous to platform people who practically advocate for World War. You could make an argument for that. I'm a bit pessimistic in that I would make an argument that whatever I platform on a 20-viewer stream is not going to change the politics of the world. But I get your point. I would agree with you to a certain extent, Metro. Depending on, like, the thing is, the thing with platforming is also it really depends on like on whether you properly debunk the Fuck me. Why the fuck? I'm just gonna pick up the Spectre.
Enemy spotted. C.
Someone's.
Spike down mid.
One more.
Last player standing.
Both B.
They're baiting so
One
fucking hard
enemy
in my
remaining.
team right now.
Clutch. I almost broke a sweat.
Well played.
He literally said he doesn't care that Russia has
Viper,
nukes. I know it
for a
sounds
scientist, you are very
verifiably
valuable.
insane to me. Yeah. It's not an argument I would defend either, but... Wait, did Viper drops? Nah.
I have funds to spare.
Okay.
Need a drop. Thanks.
Thank you. I don't know. I would argue that if you address things responsibly, then it's okay to platform weird ideas to a certain extent. I dinked Reyna. She's low.
Deploying drone.
Right side clear.
Enemy tag. Revealing area.
Spike down A.
Taken out. I
So
have the
good.
spike.
Yeah, I'm plenty.
Spike plant.
Last player standing.
Fuck me. That's the lineup. I don't like our A execute. We don't have a smoke for heaven, so it's kind of hard to walk up to the site with just Viper smokes. Anyways, we should just half buy this round.
Spike is here. Isolate them and kill them.
Spike drop.
I had the spike.
Nowhere to run.
Reloading.
They are so dead.
Reloading. Enemies peeling.
Take flight.
Right side
Wall raised.
and left side.
30 seconds left. Spike down B.
Fucking cover me! Oh my god.
Toxin screen down.
Window.
Last player standing.
Yo, we need to communicate more. We're just like randomly moving around the map and then going on like a random site.
Them run when lit by my sonar. That's
Hey.
when we strike.
It's over.
Yes?
Please shut the fuck up.
Just mute me then. Dude, I don't play this game to like
I don't play
not
this game.
talk.
No, talk. Talk.
Interesting. What else do you have to tell us, Yoru?
I'm saving.
Hiding Traina, long.
Time to jump.
Wait, why aren't you repeating what I'm saying, Euro? I feel lonely.
Drone.
Right side clear. Left side, Brim.
My ultimate is ready.
Revealing area. Found
Reloading.
them.
Enemy spotted A.
Watching heaven.
Cutting through.
We're smoked off again.
Away with you.
Nice. We could rotate off here. Yeah, let's get away.
Fate, you got it here?
Yo, run guys, run guys. We need the bomb on C.
My ultimate is ready.
30 seconds left.
They know we were on C now.
Don't get in my way.
Scanning ahead.
Light planted.
I'm gonna play my ult for the defuse.
Right here.
Last player standing.
Nice fucking hold. On the side, Jesus Christ. Toxic, yeah.
Please do not mistake my smile. I take this all very seriously.
This is not going well. This is not going well at all.
Track them down.
This whole like not communicating meta is so fucking lame.
Spike drop.
I have the spike.
Rain along. I think she backed off.
Anyone
Nice.
else?
Let's go see. Again? No, never mind.
Scanning ahead.
Decoy.
Light planted. Wall raised.
The hunt begins. Take flight.
Shit.
Last player standing.
Went out hanger, one CT.
Toxin screen down.
One enemy remaining.
Well played.
Nice one.
You only thought that was close.
The guy who says playtime, he doesn't even give it like any relevant info. I'm the one doing actual callouts. Holy shit, fuck this Yoru.
Viper, can you drop?
Thanks.
Come into the unknown.
Jesus Christ.
Reloading.
Pardon, monsieur.
Nice.
Revealing area.
Barrier created.
Prepare for hellfire!
Go away.
Careful.
I'm watching heaven. I'm smoked off.
Spike down A.
You will not
I have the
kill
spike.
my allies.
Last player standing.
Stay taut as a
We're not doing
bowstring.
too bad.
The
We need
fight
to eco.
demands it.
We're not doing too bad, but still. Could be doing a lot better.
They are so dead.
Fuck it. Just fucking kill it, dude. Reyna's mid.
Minus 50.
Enemy B.
Healing you.
Brim smoking garage.
Time.
Yeah, we should just pick a site. Wanna go try A?
$30 seconds left.
Alright, we have sight. Alright, Viper, stay there. We have crossfire, okay?
Here.
Eliminate.
One heaven.
Rain is gone.
Nice.
Gun here.
One enemy remaining.
Last one, CT.
Last city.
We have crossfire. Hold it.
Sova, you have a weapon.
Oh, thank you.
Thirsty.
They sacrificed for
Good night,
nothing.
everyone. Fuck, I forgot to ask what we should do for
What
next
do you
week.
say,
True.
John? Ready to stretch
You
your
forgot. It's okay. We don't have to do it live each time, but it's good to have it cleared. He forgore. Alright, good round.
Breathe deep.
You want to play? Let's play.
That's bad.
Deploying drone. Enemy marked.
Here.
Right here. Enemy marked. Shot down.
Spike down mid.
Right side. Sova, right side, in window.
Last player
side,
standing.
There, of course.
What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet?
Eat alone.
Let's go on a site together fast. We have Sage ult. We can just trade and res.
Who will I spot
Funds to
first?
spare.
Cutting through. I'll handle this.
Deploying drone.
2 on side.
Enemy C.
Yeah, one behind the box. I'm gonna drone him. He's got an Odin. Holy shit.
Spike down, C. Last player standing.
I'm okay. I don't know what we're supposed to do.
Teleport's gone.
He didn't have his teleports ready. Oh, come on, man.
Pick something nice to kill them with. It's the least we can do.
Come on, man.
Saving. I'm saving.
All right, we need if we do like a fast sight, we need to go in with flashes and stuff. And if we do it with Sage ult, Sage, you need to stay back. You need to survive so you can res people.
Come on, let's go. Let's try B. Full.
Okay. I forgot to buy guns.
Nowhere to run! Cutting through.
Don't get in my way.
Take flight.
I am the hunter! Time to jump.
Careful.
Revealing area. Found them.
Reloading.
Shock dart.
Oh, she's in this. Nice, tried.
Going C.
30 seconds left.
Going C.
One enemy remaining.
Dead.
Check long Viper. I got CT.
Thrifty.
Well played.
If you're gonna buy a gun, then
Nice.
shoot me.
Hey, I did some good
Last
work that round
in the half.
with my ult and my utility. Look at this. 2 kills, 300 over 350 damage. It's pretty dank. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on those slow rounds. We can just chill and like use up their utility.
A fine death.
I need a heal, Sage. Yeah.
Reloading.
Okay, wanna group go see?
Reloading.
Scanning ahead.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Oh, wait.
Reloading.
I am honored.
Switching
we are strong
sides.
because we are together. Don't forget that.
I like how the Yoru ain't talking shit anymore. Better not be. Okay, let me remember this lineup. I think it was something like this. Not sure. God damn it. I think this is the lineup. My idea is to bounce it into lobby, so I can pick up the orb for free.
Come.
Come.
Revealing area.
Oh, never mind. Nothing, eh?
Enemy attacker spawn.
Here.
Oh, smokes, eh?
Gun here. Careful. Let's rotate.
Revealing area.
Nothing long, eh?
For you.
Nice.
Spike.
Bomb down.
Spike down, C. 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Last garage.
No more to oppose us.
Nice. Got the trade.
I don't care if there are 5 of them or 50 of them. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, I think it's between the two, yeah.
Scanning ahead.
I'm rotating. Good luck, Viper.
Thank you.
Double doors.
Deploying drone.
Good attempt.
Dude, it's C. What the fuck? Double doors.
Silence.
Enemy C.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Hold light.
Defuse the spike.
No fire.
Healing you.
Don't stop fighting. You must keep going, even if you're the only one.
Yoru, you want your Guardian?
Yes, okay. Thank you.
So we can play a bonus round.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good point I hadn't considered before regarding Tucker and other US media figures who parrot the RTs.
Scanning ahead. Defeated.
One more A-long. I'm backing off. Smokes on A.
Take flight. Enemy. Revealing area. There they are. Shock dart. Shock dart.
Maybe mid. Sage. Go mid. Go mid.
Yeah, I think they backed off.
30 seconds left. Last player standing. Spike planted.
Enemy down.
Fuck.
Stand tall. We are Valorant. We are fighters.
Anyone have funds to spare?
Can someone get me? Thank you.
Thanks. Nice wall hack, Silva.
Breathe deep.
Breathe deep.
Scanning ahead.
Okay, I'm rotating. Actually, no, I'm saying A. Oh, one mid. Okay, I'm gonna drone mid.
Take flight. Enemy. I am the hunter!
Okay, I hit Sage once, but she's gonna heal. Oh, what? Garage? The fuck? The fuck's the fucking map control on our side? Holy shit. Are you gonna finish my message? Yeah, I read it. It's something Tucker Carlson being used by Russian media to show that there's dissent on in the US and stuff.
Spike planted.
Yeah, they planned today.
Toxins going up.
One enemy remaining.
Toxin screen down.
Last player standing.
Last short.
Poison orb emitting.
I had to aim lower there.
Unfortunate.
Clutch.
Nice try. You gotta aim lower, dude.
Take aim, Zenfire. Let's not complicate it.
We need to eco. Let's do an eco rush. All five of us. Mid. To three garage to 2B. Okay. We all go mid. We fuck him up. All right. I think it's just you and me, Yoru. Can you flash us out?
You want to play? Let's play.
Oh, fuck. One mid window. Nice, nice. Mid window dead. Free gun inside. Oh, that was unfortunate. That was a really shitty slow from the Sage. I have to say.
Spike planted.
See.
Yes, Sage, are you noob? And the Sage responded, yes, that's my name. Your name is noob. Like, dissent in the US sphere is one thing, but it's aiding Putin and brainwashing their populace, which is even more disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, it's something they can, like you said, it's something that then RT can pick up on and be like, look, even the Americans agree with us. Yeah.
They're nothing but flies. Anyone have funds to spare?
Can someone get thank you?
Absolutely.
Scanning ahead.
All right, let's play it safe. We are fighting for. We can win this.
Enemy spotted mid.
You will not kill my
Oh,
allies.
never mind. I don't know if I should rotate now or not. Ah, it's okay. Euro still has garage.
For you.
Mid.
I'm gonna drone mid.
Deploying drone.
Cutting through.
Enemy mark.
One more mid window. I'm going back to A. Nice.
One
Nice.
enemy remaining. Spike
coming,
down
Viper.
A.
Spawn. Spawn.
Revealing area.
Flawless.
Nice. Well played.
Nice.
Huge lurk, Viper.
Move in after I strike. That's when they're weak.
That was big. You know they're gonna check that corner for the rest of this game.
Scanning ahead.
One A. Oh, one pushing A long. I'm flying back.
Enemy spotted.
I saw no one mid.
Reloading.
Take flight. Enemy tag. Nowhere to run.
Oh, on site, on site. Fuck. Dude, he just Pegas onto the site. And we do nothing.
Spike planted.
It's so fucking stupid.
2 on side. 3 on side. I'm dead.
I'm back. Dig.
Miss me?
2 under heaven.
One enemy remaining.
Last under heaven.
Last player standing.
Well played.
Nice one.
Can you res someone for the economy, please?
Your troops,
That
I will
was
not die
unpleasant.
here. Blasphemous.
Good job.
Make them think.
Wait, why do I have an op? Does someone want to play it? I don't. There we go.
Anyone need anything?
That was a good retake.
Let us hunt. Revealing area.
Enemy spotted mid.
Good.
Enemy spotted.
Want help on mid? Oh, never mind. You got ult.
Enemy C. Kills them. Pure. Enemy spotted mid.
I got Sova in short A.
Scanning ahead. Found them.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Well played. That's why you anchor the site, okay?
My power does not ebb. Ask
Lots of
for
shit
aid,
going on,
and
but
you shall receive.
my team has it on lockdown. I stay A. I stay strong.
Can someone get this?
So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Gotta hold those positions.
I want to see you crawl.
Revealing area.
1A. 2A. I'm flying back.
Enemy spotted A.
Shot done.
Prepare for hellfire.
I'm flying back. Goodbye. Yeah, we can just play retake.
Spike planted.
Nice. I'm gonna drone in, Yoru. Wait.
Take flight.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, under heaven, last. Under heaven. Nice. Well played.
Team Ace.
Please, more decoys.
You all did beautifully.
Match point.
Time to say goodbye.
Anyone have funds to spare?
Can someone get this? Thank you.
All right, one more round. What a good game. I was feeling bad about this game when the Euro was like flaming me for communicating and all that stuff. I was like, ah, this is gonna be a shitty game. Turns out, it worked out just fine.
Enemy spotted mid.
Coach.
You fought well.
Spike planted.
Where?
See.
Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't notice. Nice.
Sage long, sage long.
I'm gonna
One
drone and
enemy
ult.
remaining.
Deploying drone.
You can defuse. Oh, garage.
I am the hunter.
Nice one.
Well played.
They didn't actually think that would work.
Defenders win.
It has been a pleasure, my friends. Au revoir.
Nice. Ah. It's so nice to actually have a Valorant game where things go well, where we win. I feel like I haven't had that in... we did win one game yesterday, right? Yeah, the last game we won. Feels good, man. You know what? I'm gonna stop it here. No, well, I'm not gonna stop it here. Stay, hang out. We have one more thing to do. We have one more important thing to do. We are going to go raid someone. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, yeah. Child's still streaming. Let's do that. J Chow live. Let's do this. Boom. Start raid. All right. Hope you enjoyed the content. Love y'all. Bye bye.